Hey Jessicats, I hope you're all having a happy and productive week, and if you're new to the Jessicat family then welcome. I'm here to help you out with all of your study needs and I make studying fun, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips for what to do the week of exams. So last week I shared with you my top 7 tips for effectively tackling exams, and a lot of you guys wanted me to do a how to cram for exams, but also I had a lot of suggestions for what to do the week of exams, so I thought I would try and include a couple of different tips that will help you with cramming, as well as a couple of tips that will help you whether you have or haven't studied, just to boost your productivity the week of your exams and be able to be at your best so that you can tackle that exam effectively and do your best. So if you find these tips helpful, then show me some love and give it a thumbs up. Also comment below telling me which tips you found the most helpful, or if you have any tips for what to do the week of exams to boost your productivity. Alright guys, let's get into my tips. So tip number 1 is to spend the last few days before an exam getting organised and having a study schedule. So make sure that you have all of the different topics that you're aiming to revise by the time you sit your exam written down, and then that way you can cross them off and make sure that you're keeping up to date with everything and that you're on track and ready to tackle that exam. Another thing that I recommend in order to get organised for your exam is to make sure that you have everything that you need the night before. So don't wait until the actual morning of an exam to make sure you've got all of your pencils and pens and erasers and your student ID card if you need one if you're at college or uni. So make sure that you are prepared at least the night before if you want to. I used to actually start making sure that I had everything for the exam like a day before, making sure I had water and a snack, and also packing my pencil case as well. Tip number 2 is to practice under exam conditions. So when you practice under exam conditions, instead of just rereading all of your notes, you're going to enhance your ability to retrieve the information, which is exactly what you have to do when you sit that exam. So practice under time conditions. Make sure that everyone in your house knows that you're about to take a practice exam so that they don't disturb you, and that way you can actually recreate the similar kind of environment that you'll experience when you are taking your exams at school. Tip number 3 is to stay confident. So remember that completing exams is like a marathon. It takes a long time, a lot of preparation, and you finally get to that finish line. All you have to do is cross that line, meaning show everyone everything that you've learned and everything that you've accomplished throughout the semester or the year. Make sure that you're using your exam as a way to demonstrate your knowledge instead of putting pressure on yourself to get a particular grade. This way, the last couple of days before you sit your exam are not going to be spent with you worrying and doubting in your confidence and abilities, but rather you're going to be focusing on everything that you've learned and looking forward to being able to demonstrate your knowledge. So tip number 4 ties on to the whole idea that exams are like a marathon, which is to pace yourself. Make sure that you're taking some time out every day to look after yourself so that you don't get to the exam feeling really run down or burnt out and just lacking motivation altogether. I think it's really important to remember that you're studying for an exam, and so it takes a really big toll on your body, so be kind to yourself. So when I was in high school, I felt like I could only justify rewarding myself after I completed an exam, but honestly it's really important that you're engaging in regular self-care, whether it's just taking out some time in each day to go for a walk or play with a pet or even just watch a movie. It's all really important so that you know that there is life outside of studying for an exam and that you're able to get to the exam not feeling run down or exhausted. Tip number 5 is something that really served me well when I was at university, which is to not enter into an exam with preconceived notions as to what's going to be on that exam paper. It's really important that you don't expect particular kinds of questions when you sit an exam or a test, because if they happen to include ones that you didn't expect, then sometimes that feeling of stress or anxiety is going to bubble up to the surface and cloud your judgment. Just make sure you study to the best of your ability, and whatever's going to be on that exam is going to be there, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So don't expect to see particular questions or expect that something is not going to be on that exam and deliberately not study it. Just try and understand the whole topic overall and then go in and do your best. So comment below telling me what kind of tips you find helpful and what sort of things you guys do the last couple of days before an exam. I'd really like to know, and I think it'd be really useful just to share that around. Also, if you liked today's episode, then give it a thumbs up. And if you want to access more behind the scenes on my channel, then just head over to my second personal channel where I'm vlogging quite regularly. It's Life with Jess, and I'm going to link it down below. Alright guys, have a happy and productive week, and best of luck for all of your exams coming up. Bye Jessicats!